Hey guys, Cody here with Import Image Racing. Thanks for checking out today's video. I have my personal vehicle in here today because we're going to be installing this VelossaTech ram air intake system. I do have some stuff in the front of the car that may prevent this from being installed, such as my halo horns and some fog lights that I have in the grill, so I may have to remove those. If you don't have those sorts of things, you should be fine. I also am running the Grimspeed front mount intercooler, which they claim this will fit most front mount intercoolers, and Grimspeed and ETS are the two biggest ones. So if it clears the Grimspeed intercooler, you should be good on any intercooler that you have. So let's just go ahead and dive right into the install. If you don't already know how to take your bumper off, it's pretty simple. There's just a couple pop clips and some 10mm bolts on the front. There's going to be two pop clips here on the side and a few pop clips running along the edge of the bottom of the bumper. I'm not going to show you that because I'm missing half of them anyway. So we're just going to go ahead and time lapse it. So your VelossaTech system is going to sit here. You're going to have to take this front bumper support off, but once we get that off, we're going to put that back on so we're not sacrificing anything. However, I do have a few things in the way, such as these fog lights, the halo horns, and this parent radiator shroud. So I'm only going to have to remove half of the shroud. So if you do have a parent or aftermarket radiator shroud, if it's a two-piece like the parent, you can leave this side on. So one cool thing about the VelossaTech system is the tips on this. So you can get different shapes, different sizes, different colors, and that's one cool feature. And they also offer this, which is a light up inlet. So it's going to replace this red one that's on here, and this thing will light up any color of the rainbow. That comes included with a Diode Dynamics harness, which is great because Diode Dynamics makes really great products. And we can go ahead and wire that up into the car, which is what we're going to be doing today. But if you want a solid color or a special shape, well, you can get pretty much anything that you want. So with a car with a stock grille, this may not be as obvious to see behind the grille, but if you have something such as the Noble grille, the CS ABS plastic one, or the carbon fiber one, you'll be able to see this right through the mesh. So the color is going to be important because it can really wrap around your build. You can also get it with a black tip if you do not want any color. So now on each side of this bumper bar, we're going to have 6 bolts to remove. These 3 in this L shape right here, the 2 for the headlight, and this one in the middle of the headlight bolt. So we're going to go ahead and remove all 6 of those on both sides. Now after you have those 12 bolts out, we're going to go ahead and start removing some of these plastic clips on this plastic tray that is attached. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these. Now, after you have that done, there is a little tab on the headlight itself. We're going to kind of pull that outwards, and that's going to allow us to get this past. Do the same thing on the other side, and we can pull this out. Now we'll go ahead and pull this plastic trim out as well. All right, guys, it's going to be a little bit difficult for me to show you this, but basically you're going to have this bracket right here that's got a hole already in it. What we're going to do is run the supplied hardware through that hole with a washer and up into this threaded insert right here. So we're gonna have that threaded insert, and we are going to sit this on top of our intake box and run this up through and into that insert. Now it's gonna be tricky to get, which is why I think I'm gonna have trouble trying to show this to you on camera, but at least now you can get an idea of what I'm doing. So guys, I'm not gonna try and BS you. I did have to take my intercooler out to get to that bolt underneath. I was trying to get it with my fingers and I just couldn't do it. So I pulled the intercooler away so I could get up underneath and tighten that down. I did move my halo horns in the process just because it was going to fit over top of the halo horns. However, it didn't look right. It would have covered one of them up. So I just moved them, relocated them so that they'll be hidden by the bumper. This thing does fit the Grimspeed front mount intercooler. However, it's literally sitting right on it with not much room to go. The Grimspeed one is an 11-inch tall core. And so if you have an intercooler that's taller than 11 inches, it's not going to work with this. But anything else, you're going to be fine. So now everything's done. If you did not get the lit kit and you just went with the standard color or something, you can go ahead and just stop your install. You're done. Start putting everything back together and call it a day. However, we got the lit kit, so I'm going to show you guys how to install that. So this is the connector that is going to come off of the lit kit. You're going to get your control box right here from Diode Dynamics. So what we're going to do is take this connector and line it up and push it together, just like that. And now you're going to see you have a plug on the end of this. So at this point, you can take your wire, you can hide it, you can route it wherever you want, and you can mount this box. So it does come with a 3M tape pad that you can put on there. You're going to stick it on, peel the back, and then you can stick it and put it anywhere you want. But for the sake of the video, I'm going to leave this all just hanging out so you can see it. So now I want to walk you guys through the wiring and make this as simple as possible. So you can hide all the wires wherever you want and connect them however you want. I'm just showing you or telling you the basics. So we have the power box connected to our lit kit. There it is. There's the controller box from Dynamics. And you're gonna see this female connector. You're gonna find another harness in your package with this male connector that is going to directly connect to this female connector. We're gonna plug that in and you're gonna see a power wire and a ground wire. You can take this ground wire and ground it out on your vehicle anywhere where there's a bolt that is connected directly to the frame. If you cannot find one, you can sand down the paint and get a bare metal finish so that you can ground it out. Follow this cable the rest of the way through. When you find this connector on the end, now you can take it and we can do it one of two ways. So this thing is connected to that, it's grounded to your vehicle, and now you have this connector. The first method is direct to battery. So you'll find this harness in there. So you can take this connector right here and connect it directly to your battery and then run this the whole way down to this connector. So now you have this connected to your battery, this grounded and connected to the light. You can cut these connectors off, splice them together, all that good stuff, you're good to go. It's connected, it's got power, you can take your phone, you can use the app, you can connect it, you can change the colors, you can turn it on and off without the vehicle ever having to be on or unlocked or anything. The second method is going to be a little bit different, and that is going to involve the toggle switch that they send you. So what you can do in this method is you can run this cable, which is connected directly to this. So you'll have this grounded to the vehicle via that black connector that we originally looked at. That is going to get plugged in into this toggle switch right here in the middle at A for accessory. Then you're going to take this one, and instead of cutting and splicing it here, this is going to be connected directly to your battery, and it is going to go right here for power. And then you're going to find the last harness in your box, which is this black one, and it's going to go right here for ground. Now you take this inside your vehicle, you ground this out somewhere underneath your dash, and now you can turn the light on and off with this switch and then connect it via the Bluetooth app. I'm not going to show you that because I don't want to cut holes in my dash and do all kinds of crazy stuff to show you how to install this, but it's pretty simple. It's just running the wires. So I'm going to light this thing up, open up the app, show you how it works, and then we'll put it all back together so you can see what it looks like in the car. So now, just so you guys can see, to simplify this, so this thing is literally just connected to the controller box, and then the controller box is plugged into the power and the ground on the battery. That's how we have it lit up right now, just for demonstration purposes. So now you're going to go ahead and download the Dynamics app on your phone, open it up, allow it access, and we're going to hit add device. There it is, new device, so you can name it whatever you want. We're going to go ahead and hit confirm. So now we have it on our app. So we're going to go ahead, it's off right now. We can turn it on. We can turn it off. So we'll turn it on, and the brightness all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. You can control it, and let's set the color. So we can put it any color that we want, which is really cool. And so that'll really allow some personalization with this thing. It's very user-friendly. And then you can actually add a pattern. So there it'll go back and forth. You can change the speed of the pattern. You can set a custom pattern. You can sync it to your music. So there's all sorts of stuff you can do with it, which is really cool. And then again, you're done, you just turn it off. So that's one nice thing about being direct to the battery. You never have to worry about the toggle switch, and you can just turn it on and off however you want on your phone. The plastic trim that was under your bumper support bar is no longer going to fit with the intake in its place. So what you can do is actually cut this all out and make it fit around that, or you can just discard this whole piece, or you can cut it down the middle and just put this side on. I'm actually going to go ahead and just trim this out so that I can put it back on over top of this. Well guys, that's going to wrap it up for the VelossaTech Big Mouth Snorkel System. I'm going to go ahead and share their graphs now so you can see what they're claiming that this thing can do. It's pretty impressive, you know, just something as simple as this that can make a difference like that. So the install really wasn't that bad. The hardest part was just, you know, for me, moving all that stuff out of the way. But if you don't have all that stuff in the way, it should be pretty simple and you should be good to go. The worst part is just cutting that plastic to fit. But again, you can just remove it if you choose to. I'll leave a link in the description where you can get yourself one. That's going to be it for today's video, guys. We'll see you again soon.